What up, what up, what up? Good morning and welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. Hope you guys are doing good, feeling well. Hope you had a good night's rest and are ready to take on this day. Flat pre-market session for me here, so looking forward to the open. Just didn't have a ton that was moving up aggressively, consecutive green candles, and so just took it easy. Took just a few trades and then that was it. So looking forward here to a good open. Pete saying, go back to sleep. It is not worth it. Hopefully, there's some action here. Yesterday was very slow to start the day. So, hopefully, today we're seeing something good here early within the first 20 to 40 minutes of the open, which is typically the hottest time of day. RCT here moving up. Let me take a look at the scans. RCT is down in fourth place, up 47%. So I'll start writing up the watch list. S8. I'm gonna go top to bottom. SHFS. Okay, this looks like it was more after hours, and today it's just been selling off. Although there could be a red to green, so we'll put it on the list. SHFS. Daily chart, just in case. Room over the pre-market highs to 1880. We had yesterday $15 high. Also today, 15. Actually, yeah, today, $15 high. And then 1880 if it's to break over their potential resistance. But even if this is able to go from like 9 to 13 for red to green would be pretty good to see. We'll at least get some action there. But for now, volume is mostly a little on the lighter side, although it's been increasing here as of recent, getting over the VWAP, so that's a good sign right there. Lows all the way down here around $7. So SHFS definitely one that could give a red to green and could be worth it, up 193% despite the sell-off. Moving on down the list, we have QURE, priced at $35. Priced at 35. This is a pretty, well, shout out to anybody who's holding shares in this one longer term. This is what you want to wake up to as an investor, right? For anybody who might be in there at like 10, 5, whatever. This is lovely to see. You know, you wake up and there's just money in your trading account from a big push like this. Now, what does this mean for us? It's on our scans, which means the float is, you know, in our range. It's in our price range of float. Well, it's saying 52 million. Maybe it's a little on the higher side. Maybe might not be anything. I could check the news, but I think I'll pass on it. And if it hits the scans, then at that point I'll pull it up again. LAC coming down. LAC, more of an after hour move yesterday. By the way, how many of you guys are trading after hours? Because we're seeing some decent moves. You know, I'm guessing the price action will be the exact same as pre-market, and so, you know, if you're seeing your signals, fair play, right? Fair game. We had 610 yesterday. Let me put this trend line in blue. Time 18. We got 610 yesterday. So far today, it's been selling off. We've had a small red to green, going from 450 back over 5, and since then we've pulled back a little bit. TINF has been hitting the scans. TNFA. TNFA. Where did I see an I? Jeez. We'll have to see if it holds up. We still have 10 minutes before the open. So we got SHFS, RCT. We're looking at LAC right now. LAC, again, 610. Let me double check the daily chart. So over this pre-market high, 765 was our last range where we had a bit of, topping wicks and red candles. If I'm to zoom in on this area here, back into this cluster, March of last year, and then over that level, room to 1236, 770 and 1236. Guys, don't forget, as you're tuning in, be sure to hit the thumbs up. Also, if you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. Relentless Trader, as you guys can see here, is very transparent, right? I show it all. I've showed my record green days, green months, the greatness, and I'm showing here also the hardship as well. So as you're tuning in, hit the thumbs up. It doesn't get more real than this, right? It doesn't get more real than this. So I do hope people appreciate the full scope. I'm the last man standing right now on YouTube. Since Ross Cameron has only been streaming for his chat room, I believe, he no longer does the YouTube live stream. I'm the last man standing. Myself and Beginner Trader. Shout out to John at Beginner Trading. I think John still live streams every day. So I think the watch list is quite simple today. SHFS, RCT, LAC, and JZXN I have as the top ones here. Let me just see. XPON. Nothing looks super good. So I think it's definitely going to be a day just to be a little bit more patient. Unless we get into the open and then something just really takes off, We've been seeing a few stock take off, halt up, and then still fail. So we want to be careful of that. But otherwise, if we're seeing consecutive green candles, something is pushing, something is strong, and we're getting a good front side for the first 10, 15 minutes, then we got to immediately flip the switch and just, hey, get to it, lock it in. Because sometimes that can be the best part of the day, right? TNFA maybe will be something good for us into the open. In fact, I'll take some trades on it right now. I'll take a trade. We'll see if it keeps going. Highs are at 551. We got a new high, but only by 10 cents or so. Wasn't that... My thing is off screen here. Why is my share size so small? Did I hit the wrong hotkey? Or is my hotkey not the right size? I tried for just 600 shares there. Maybe it might have been a partial as well. Sometimes that's also the key. Also the deal. You get a partial fill. Bro. Highs are at 640. What's the high? 43? Alright, let's see what it does into the open. Didn't get anything out of that. I gotta go to single screen. Let me start my screen recording here. I want to double check the daily chart on this stock too. What I do like is that it's active right here, right now. So it's more than likely going to be the one to start at least. TNFA, TNFA. Nothing with super high volume in the recent time frame. Might have some room up to 9:30, hopefully. There's about a minute to the open. We got 33 seconds as usual. Let's make sure to trade to the best of our abilities. Let's be disciplined. And of course, let's hit that thumbs up. If you're tuning in on YouTube, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. 20 seconds to the open. TNFA watching into the open. Let's see if it respects our lows here. What will it be early? It's going to halt up at the pre-market highs. Are we going to get locked in? It's trying to. And it is locked in. That was quick. Well, you know, it held 50 and it's just straight up, right? I tried for like 75, but it's so fast that I'm in all the way at 6. Halted up. Halted up. Oh, I forgot to post the watch list. Guys, don't forget if you're tuning in on YouTube to hit the thumbs up. Today, we want all the smoke in the world. We got 2 minutes, 30 seconds to resumption. Resumption in 25 seconds. My bad. 20 seconds to resumption. TNFA. 619 showing sideways. Forgot I muted my mic. Here we go. 5 seconds. That was not pretty. That was not pretty at all. Switching over to LAC. Damn, let me not go short. Okay, I'm losing going short, trying to get the dip. LAC. LAC seems like it's the one here. And of course, the other one turns out to be nothing. It's moving up slowly.
Hello there. How can I be of service?
Why is this thing talking?
I enjoy learning about you and about your world. When you ask me a question, it gives me a chance to learn new things. And learning is fun.
Stop, stop, please.
Got it. Stopping Raquel's Room TV.
Jesus Christ. It's the problem when you have these things listening to you all the time. LAC so far has given a good front side. Haven't really gotten anything out of it. The highs are at 88. Does it have what it takes? RCT could be interesting. Needs to hold up though. SHFS. Oh my gosh. You gotta watch out for these spreads. Did the other one resume? There's 5 seconds to that resumption. Nope, it's a 10-minute halt. I think sidelines. Sidelines. Not unless LAC holds up at the VWAP. Where are we at on this day? It's just looking so dull here so far. This red to green is going to turn out to be all right. I pretty much had it. I came out scratch. It only had made a new low by a couple cents. It's a good bounce so far. If there is an early pullback here, as long as it doesn't go back down to the absolute lows of the move, we could potentially see an uptrend and retest the highs. 53 is the 1 minute candle to make new high. Float might be showing a little bit more here. ATCH sub $1, which has been moving up here a little bit. Time. I'm muted again. Great. You know what it is? I keep coughing and I keep muting the freaking mic. It might need to pull back at some point, but if it's strong, if it's still strong, it'll maybe push through 6 before the pullback comes. I missed 3 setups on this thing. It's just not good at all. It's higher float, but you know, it's moving. IDAI also moving up. Halted up. IDAI also halted up. Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see for that resumption. Yeah, I keep coughing, so I keep like muting my mic and then forgetting. The usual here. A lot of big volume, but we're not getting that push through 6. There's a lot of sellers sitting there too. $96. Lovely. The resumption for IDAI is going to be within 2 minutes, 20 seconds. The volume has been light so far. Daily resistance at 442. This one looks like it wants to get through 6 because we didn't dip right there with some selling pressure. So it might push through the whole dollar here eventually. The break and hold 609, not, didn't really accelerate there to 15 or 20. $20 to resumption. I only got small size here. ID AI at 399. It might be 5 minutes though, depending. We'll see. Showing 430. It is 5 minutes. Or 10 minutes rather. 10 minutes is what I was trying to say there. Right at the 610 resistance. LAC, is it cooked? Maybe. At least for the pullback. This one has definitely moved quite a bit. It hasn't been as volatile, but it's moved. So, we'll see if it's able to hold up the pullback, continue. IDAI, I'm hoping we're like gonna see something good. Dip and rip, consecutive halts going up. If it resumes lower, I want to be extremely careful. 610 is going to be a big level here for LAC. I don't mind attempting to move back over the level for the breakout, smaller size. Very quick bounce from 80 back to 95, $6. So we'll see if it keeps holding up. I'm skeptical of the dip there because we bounced up from 540. It's a pretty tight pullback, all things considered. Good to see it holding up though. Sometimes it'll just go right back down. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to resumption on stock ID AI. It's back down here again. Will we hold up this time? Can we hold the line? So far, so good. Yeah, I don't mind the float because it's actually still moving all right in some areas. It's just a little slow. But once it like gets ready to move, we can see like 10, 15 cent push. Pattern wise, like especially if you're holding a little longer, we had the double bottom at VWAP and then or higher low ABCD and then break of the 53 level and then break of 70 and then break of the high of day at 588 for a new high at 610. This consolidation though, will we be able to curl back up? 30 seconds to IDAI. Just 1,000 shares here. It's showing 440 in the next 17 seconds. Will we see the beautiful dip and rip? Five seconds, 399. Sizing down. Trying it again at the lows. Filled at 17. Smaller size holding for 50 if possible. Tight stop. That's going to turn out to be a nice trade. I would like to see it hold up and not come back down below 4 or close to 4 if possible. The new halt is at 84. Can we get halted up again? We really need this to halt up again here. Can we halt up again? Nope, it's having some trouble. All right, I'm gonna wait. It's holding up for now, which I like. That held up again right there. But can we get up to 489 and halt up? We need this thing to halt going up. It's like our 4th time down here. I'm gonna try it a little higher. And it is not going to pay off. Okay, fine. Smaller size. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's bouncing, right? It's gonna come down more than likely. Yeah, it's just like we held 415 right there. We got to 430. I'm in at 30. Looking for that extra push to 50, 60 for potential halt up again. It's just too much selling. And it is halting down. Downtown. Perhaps the place to take the gains and run, I think. I don't love how anything is really looking here today. I think taking the green could make sense. If I stay here, I need to size down to 1 share only and not touch nothing until we get like a great looking stock again. Big Steve locked and loaded. Dialed in. Talk to him, Big Steve. Talk to him. The Pharaoh saying he's out of here with that green. We did take some losses there, but we had a nice trade. Our best trade there was in at 17, out at 65. The original dip and rip were in at 40, out at 72. But getting the fills are definitely tough. We took the second dip with smaller size, 1,000 share position, and then a 500 share position. Took two smaller losses at the end, 10 cents and 20 cents, 30 cents over two trades, 500 shares. How's the other one? I'm sleeping here. LAC. It is. Bro, I want to see a hot day, man. I want to see something move. Like that first stock that halted up, I already had size. I'm going for it. And then it halts down. I'm like, yep, sizing down. Someone asks about not being able to cut a loss solutions. I think the biggest thing is having a plan before getting into the trade, especially, well, not especially, but I guess in all situations really. If you have a plan in terms of, the setup, what's the setup? What setup is happening right now, right? And then what's your entry? What is your profit target? And what is your stop loss in the trade? So if you have a plan before you get in, it's easy to get out when the trade is not working because it's a very logical trade you're taking. Like, okay, if this thing hits 490, I'm in at 5, my target is 530. I'm looking for 30 cents. The VWAP is right here at 5. I don't think we should pull back more than 10 to 15 cents below the VWAP. So 490, 485 stop. You're looking for that 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio at minimum. If the stop is at 90, then there's a 3-to-1 potential, and you're looking to have a hard stop there. And so if it comes down to 90, 89, and it's like you're just seeing that selling, then it's easy to get out of the trade because you know that that's where you should be getting out, right? Based off of the hypothesis that you drafted up, based on the pattern and all the technical indicators that you're using. When you're not cutting it, it's because maybe there's no plan and like you're not sure of like where could be a good place to cut, and you end up holding longer, thinking that another level maybe can hold. I think that might be the day, honestly. I mean, I'll take the $700. Maybe I can go size down. Man, shout out to Tesla, man. Shout out to Tim and Mighty. Tim and Mighty, diamond handing still. The boys are diamond handing. Diamond hands. I get it, right? The fundamentals of what they're looking at and what some other investors are looking at, waiting to see how robo-taxi could really affect the balance sheet. And by mid next year, we should be able to see more of a sample size. They have that that smaller area in Texas, that bubble that they're using to practice. They have like the driver, the assisted driver, and the passenger seat. So, over the next 6 months, as they keep getting more data, keep improving, imagine your Tesla going out whilst you're on your day off, or maybe you're at work and it's going out and doing Uber trips and pickups. And they're probably not even going to do it through Uber because, why give a percentage to them when you can just create your own app, which is what they're probably going to do. More than likely, it'll bring some good revenue, which will positively influence the company. 500 plus, maybe 600. IDAI, if it gets over 420 and starts to curl, it becomes very interesting. But for now, it's at 390. There's 412. Is this a bluff? Or is it onto something here? But I'll only mention those guys, like Marcelo and Tim, because they're very public in the chat room and in other ways as well with the videos that they make with the team house. Other than that, I wouldn't even mention it, right? The boys holding it down with the big swing. They're saying we should get a strong end to the year here, so we'll see. El Pastor is taking the green and shutting it down. I am red in the pre-market account, 90 bucks on sadly TNFA, $69 loss there and $25 loss on JZXN. So taking the green. IDAI back at 405. I gotta respond to all my DMs. Guys, by the way, I forgot to mention, we've decided to open up the chat room again. There's a free section in the chat room that you guys can check out. It's gonna be free for about a month. IDAI is at 420. Can the candlestick close here above this level? I'm gonna hold into this halt up. If it halts up, come on, you can do it. You know you can. You know you can. You know you can. I'm in at 19. And it can take me to the depths. Man, I tell you, we almost halted up there. Even I could have took my 15 cents. Gotta just take it. Saw 35, and I'm not out looking for the halt up. And it's but a bluff. Back down to 4. Back down. What is the... We had smaller size there, but it's a good size loss with the cents. For those of you who are in the chat room, like the students, if any of you guys want to come to the next team house, right? The next team house will actually be in January. We pushed it back some more. It'll be back. It'll be in January. If any of you guys want to come, you know you can. You just have to DM me and just let me know in advance. We'll switch it up a little bit this time around. That way we can get more people. Like whoever wants to come can come as long as you're in the chat room. And of course you have to be a student. You can't be like a student or an active chat room member. That can work too. An active chat room member or student. You know, you guys can come. We can talk the details in the DMs. All right. Wherever we're going, it's usually pretty big. So IDAI back at 420 fooled me once. Shame on the stock. If it fools me twice, then shame on me. The halt is at 50 this time. There's 45. It's on to something here. There's 49. There's 50. Can we get halted up? I don't want to give the exact location, but I'll say the country, which I think should be fine. Actually, I'll say that in the DMs too. Like, if you guys DM me if you're interested. Of course, we'll have to screen you. We'll have to background check you, and we're probably not going to do more than like 4 people max. So it's going to be like a first come, first serve kind of thing. There's a seller of 50,000 at 60. Okay, let me shut up and trade. It's moving up nicely here. There's a still seller at 60. And I had the right idea holding that trade just now. By the way, let me fix this screen. RD2 is early. That seller's still there. Give it a sec. It's holding 50, 56. Can we get through that seller? It's a good trade. I'm out too soon there. We bought up 10,000 shares. It looks like it will go because it didn't sell off immediately. Shares are definitely getting bought up. It's holding really tight, which is surprising here. There's some big volume coming in. The VWAP is at 20 area. 22. Can we continue to hold up the VWAP level here? I want the for every time. It's okay. Jesus Christ. Well, okay. I didn't stick with my initial plan, which was just to add, but I was gonna try for the re-average there. The seller is still at 60. We've pulled back to the VWAP. Do we have what it takes? Do we have what it takes to get through 60? It definitely looks like it could do it. And that was a brutal. Let me size down a bit here. Some brutal fills. No slingshot. It held again. It's like doing a good job at the support, but can we break through 50? It's hanging by a thread. And it held. Again, this is it. We need to get through 50. What more do we need to see than that to fly to new highs? And again, can we hold again? Can we hold again? 19, 18. It's hanging by a thread. If it doesn't reclaim tightly, it's cooked. It looks like it might be cooked stew. Looks like it is cooked. All right, I think that's it. We'll take the 700 bucks. Yeah, once we hold the support 2-3 times, like then we need to get the move, and we bought up so much of the shares. Once we get back to 50, right there should be, people taking the breakout aggressively. 40,000 shares in a stock like this is nothing. One guy alone, like Ross Cameron, adding to his position alone is that seller. Much less everybody else in the world who's scalping the breakouts and being aggressive. This should have easily flew to 550. Shorts getting squeezed. Boom, 6. Instead, it's Titanic. To the depths. I gotta answer my DMs today. I missed my DMs for 2 days straight, which is no good. All those trades there, I only had 500 shares. So I think we made about 23 cents and then we lost it back. No good. So take care. I think this is going to do it. So remember, the chat room is now free for 1 month. You know, we had the conversation behind the scenes. A lot of people are just, you know, they're not really able to afford the chat room. But to make it fair for everyone who's already here, we can't make it free for like a year straight, but for 1 month, we're going to give you guys access. So I'm going to share that link. And of course, on the back end, we're going to be more tight too in checking because there's going to be fake accounts. The moment the chat room becomes free, I've already banned like 5 of them today. I mean, these people, they don't stop, right? We didn't even announce that the chat room was free the last 2 days, just to test to see how many fake accounts are going to come in. We didn't say anything. There's already 5 fake accounts. So it just lets you know how relentless these scammers are. They're checking I don't know if they have bots set up or what, but they're checking every single day to see these things. It's why when you are public like this and you are live, it's why you got to take so many precautions. I don't even open certain emails, all these things. I don't even look at, you know, certain things I don't even look at because people are just there, sadly, trying to get you. Fake Marcelo Mighty Stocks account, fake RT accounts. So remember, we will never message you first. And I'll post the link here for, where is it? Give me 1 sec, and boom. For anyone in the chat room, you guys can also share this link if you're ever interested in inviting a friend. And for the live stream, here it is. It'll be for the general chat, the gen chat. Here's the chat room link right there. Ross isn't worried about RT. I guess there might have been like a conversation that I missed earlier. Nah, man, Ross and us are like, you know, we're good. We're good. We're on the same side. In the sense of like respect, you know. Marcelo was a warrior trading student, for those of you who don't know. Before he came over to the Relentless traders here. The Mighty was full-on warrior trader. You guys know I respect Ross so much, man. Like Ross really and truly inspired me, for those people who don't know. Like when I started out early, I don't remember if it was a Tim Sykes video or a Ross video, but from there, going on YouTube and looking at different people, you know, Ross is one of the people that I definitely watched. I definitely don't have any issues saying that. You know, did I watch Humble and Clay Trader and all these other guys too? Yeah, but Ross just, you know, the way how Ross comes across, the guy just seems so cool, like he doesn't try to be cool, you know, like he could easily come with the craziest cars in the background, like that, you know, it's like personality. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that either, right? Like you can see Tim Sykes is just a different personality, more like outgoing, more aggressive, I'd say. You know, you have a guy like Patrick Wheeling also on that like side, more outgoing. Ross seems more reserved, just cool as a cucumber. I don't know him personally, like I haven't met him in person, but just from watching the videos, like the guy seems, you know, solid. But you still have to meet people in real life to get a better gauge. But, you know, guy seems cool. I'd say a lot of people would say the same thing about me here being on a live stream. But I can tell you guys, what you see here is what you will get for sure in person. My personality doesn't really change. It is still the same. The pastor is the pastor through and through. I don't know. People say Thinkorswim and Weeble are on the same level. That's what I've heard. Yeah, free for the month to join the Discord. Here's the link. You can use the Gen. Marcelo was the one who did all the setup stuff. I'm not sure if you guys will have access to the P&L section, which I could do. I could fix that. If we don't, I could give you guys access to the P&L section as well. That way you can see how your favorite traders like Tim, Crispy, BMac, and so forth are doing. By the way, shout out to Shay, shout out to Alice, who've been trading really well. Shout out to the girl power in the chat room. The girl power holding it down here for all the ladies. Is there any female traders watching on? Are there any ladies watching on? And Kitty, if you're watching, do not try to skew the numbers, okay? I don't know how much Ross is up. Honestly, I've never used this thing other than to use the chart and the scanner. I'm not sure how to even check if I could here. I don't know. Rooms. It's probably I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I've just used this thing for the scanner and the shout out to all the women who are trading because, you know, sometimes you can have a lot of fields that are dominated by men, and sometimes it can seem a little, what's the word? It can seem a little grim almost to get into the space, but you know, as we know, the girls are pretty good, man. The girls, with the P&Ls I'm seeing in the chat room, they are dialing it in. Small account for charity. The only thing with charity that you got to be careful of, I don't like to just donate it straight to like a random website. Sometimes these people aren't using it as efficiently. LAC new highs at 610. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm done. I'm done not getting back in. Not unless BMR and HOLO hit the scans right now. I am done. So as we know, and this saying actually came from Ross, right? You can either stay and give back profits potentially, or you can walk away and you know, you'll leave a little bit of money on the table. But it's just, you know, you have the crossroads, right? You can stay, potentially make more, you can lose more. It's rare that you'll stay in the same place. You can lock it in and come back tomorrow with fresh opportunities. Ross has a lot for free on YouTube. Why would anyone be in the course? Like I met this orthodontist that was telling me that I should make more videos, more beginner videos. And it's kind of tough to do these things because like I have a course with everything from zero to advanced, right? And it's like if I make all these videos, it's hard to not give away the strategy for free. And then it's like, what's the point of the course? So it's definitely like a tightrope walk. when you're doing all the beginner friendly content. I mean, it's good for business, I suppose, though, right? There are still going to be people who will want maybe a little bit more if there is more. Pro dollar. Is it pro dollar? Yeah, pro dollar. What do you mean by victims here? I'm curious. I'm just talking to the people right now, being that I'm finished with trading for the day. Talking to the people for 5 minutes before I shut it down. No one able to join the chat room. Hold up. I might have to backtest this. Give me a sec. Where's my laptop? The laptop it's all right. Give me a sec here. Let me just double check the back end. Let me double check. The Mighty might have made a mistake along the way. Server settings, members. This is why I have a couple accounts because, well, I have two accounts really. One of them I can test out a couple of things with. Actually, can this even work? Ah, please work. I don't think it's going to work. I might have to do it for tomorrow then, because it involves me logging in and out of stuff. Yeah, I can't do it. Gee, dang it. Actually, no, I can't. Hold up, I can. What am I saying? I can. All right, let's come back over here. Let's do this. Let's do that. By the way, I have a new video out in other news as I'm working on this. I have a video out with another video would be the story, Be the Trader. You guys can check it out. I'll post the link here. Shout out to Be the Trader, man. This cool guy. All good things to say about him as well. Is that the link? That is not the link. Hold up. Maybe we just do this. Today we're going to say RIP to the Rambo headband. Honestly, if I'm to be completely honest, the only reason I'm wearing this nonsense is because my hairline right now is cooked. It's under reconstruction. My hairline is in the absolute depths. It's all the way back in Canada, so I gotta go 2 months of letting it, you know, grow. And the invite came. This is taking a while. Okay. Check out the rules. I understand the rules. Yes, the Mighty has not fixed this thing properly. Hold up. Let's see. Settings. Is it for any room at all? The Mighty is slacking, brother. The Mighty have the people in the depths. I mean, I could give you guys access to the main. That's what I'll do. I'll give you guys access to the main floor and the P&L section. Only for this short time here. Okay, let's do that right now. To the main floor. To the main floor. And of course, we'll ban people if we need to. All right, there's one. Let's load it again. All right, the main floor is open for you guys. And then the P&L section, feel free to post the P&L as well. If you're not some people are private, which we do understand, but if you're willing and able to. Also, we'll keep an eye out for any like spam or scammers for the time being. I'll also allow you guys to create an invite. You guys are not going to be allowed to post any links for security purposes. For security purposes. No, Jorge, my hairline right now is cooked, so I gotta wear this stupid thing. I mean, it looks good. I got some style, so once I put it on, it'll look good. But today we go and finally get a cut. Or shape up, as they say. And I gotta screenshot this for the P&L. Sometimes I forget to do the screenshot. Bada bing, bada boom. No, I'm not cutting my hair. I don't do that anymore. Like, my hair is still gonna be the same height. It's just that I'm gonna get like a lineup, is what they call it, a shape up. They're gonna make it look a little crisp. Right now, I'm looking homeless. All right, that's gonna do it for the day. Take care, stay safe, stay green. As you guys know, Relentless Trader. Relentless Trader just posts anything and says anything because he's a madman. For those of you who got the invite link, you should be able to text in both the day trading chat and the P&L chat. I'll post the link one more time and then we're out of here. So stay safe, stay green. I'll post a new link. Limited time offer. Limited time offer. Limited time offer. Someone says Relentless Trader should go bald. Yeah, I'm gonna go bald soon enough. Once I get to like 40, that's it. Or once this comes in, once this right here connects, that's the day I'm going bald. Finally get rid of having to deal with all this here. In fact, Marcelo, I lost the bet to Marcelo, right? The first to get to 100K. And the Mighty won this bet. So Marcelo is going to be shaving my head at some point. If not at the next team house, at some point in the future, because I'm a man of my words. And low cuts. Here's the link. And I think we will shut it down. Say, if you're joining the chat room, say what's up, and we'll catch you guys next time. Stay safe, stay green. All right, tomorrow.